What is going on, guys? JPS back for another video, and today we're reacting to Americans guessing the cost of British healthcare. Now, this is going to be interesting because I recently just reacted to British people reacting to the cost of American healthcare, and they were all surprised about how expensive it is. You know, it costs money to get an ambulance ride. You have to pay to hold your baby, you know, all this stuff. So I'm curious to see how Americans are going to react to British healthcare and the, I guess, lack of cost there, because in the UK, healthcare is basically free. Well, if you take out the taxing part, but in America, it's very expensive. It's a highly contended topic, especially just within our own nation. I'm American, obviously, if you saw in the title, American Reacts. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm curious to see how Americans feel about this. And they're gonna be like, oh, we should have, we'll see it like with the diversity of thought in the different interviews. Because I'm curious. Let's get it.
This U.S. country, it's nothing but a strip club. It's nothing but hustle.
Okay.
We can have all this. We should be able to have good health care.
Universal health care should be, something we all should strive for. We nickel and dime each other here, and people don't realize.
It might not look like it, but we're in Dallas, Texas. In terms of healthcare, this city is the least insured in America. Around a quarter of people don't have any cover at all. We're going to talk to
Cuts to Black Lives Matter sign. Like, that was interesting.
regular Texans about the NHS and the cost of their medical bills. What's an average medical bill for a regular Texan? How much might that person be paying for their premium and their regular bill?
Let's say you break your arm. Regularly in the rest of the world, that's a couple $100. Here in Texas, easily $2,000, $3,000.
Could I ask you then to guess how much it might cost in the UK if you broke your arm, that situation? How much do you think someone has to pay in order to have that fixed?
$200.
It's totally free.
Totally free. Wow.
Totally.
I can tell you, I've got a busted shoulder, and I can tell you exactly how much it cost.
Do you mind?
Yeah, sure. It was $5,000 just to have a doctor look at my broken collarbone. Just to look at my broken collarbone.
And you had to pay that on arrival?
No, my insurance covered the majority of it, but my portion of it was about just shy of $3,000.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And then presumably ongoing
300, bro? 3,000? No, he said the majority. I'm assuming 300.
physiotherapy,
Still ridiculous. Would have been nothing.
things like that.
That part's pretty much covered by insurance, but I have really, really good insurance.
Okay.
So,
If you don't, bro,
Through your job.
yeah.
Sometimes our jobs provide, but sometimes they don't.
What's the case for you? Do you have insurance?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't.
ooh.
So if something happens to you, you need healthcare.
We have to pay full price.
Right.
Yeah,
And that can be very expensive.
it can be very expensive.
Would you like insurance? Would you like to have that healthcare?
I would like to have one, but sometimes we can afford.
Yo, it's actually sad though. Like, if you don't have healthcare, bro, and something happens to you, a lot of people will just deal with it. Like, if you break your arm, all right, hopefully it heals. You get sick, stay home, drink water. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? It's so expensive that it's not even worth it. It's worth just fighting through because the prices are ridiculous.
Right now, I'm about to go to Mexico. Tomorrow, I'm going to travel for 2 weeks because I'm going to have some dental work done.
Okay.
Only because here in the States, it will cost me like $10,000.
$10,000 for the dental work here in the US. Do you mind me asking how much it's going to cost you in Mexico?
About $1,000.
Wow. So 10%.
Yes,
And the quality of care as good?
as good or even better.
Wow.
Going to see the doctors, a couple $100 if you don't have insurance,
Right.
just to get a checkup.
It's very obvious to someone like me. I'm first time in this city.
Yes.
It's clear there's a lot of money here. Big buildings, offices, nice cars. It seems like there is the money to be able to create this kind of system.
Right.
So why do you think there isn't that level of healthcare?
I believe there is.
Okay,
That's
go
the
on.
catch. I
Okay.
think that's the risk, but they just haven't allocated that money for the people.
We can have all this. We should be able to have good health care for all.
There's two versions really being offered here, isn't there? Trump is offering something quite different to Joe.
Socialist. I still don't know why that's an insult.
Biden in terms of health insurance. Do you have a preference? Do you think there's one that's better than the other, or do you think the system at the moment?
In
I
terms,
don't think there's none difference.
in terms of healthcare, at least.
I mean, it's all business. So pretty much as far as I have learned, which I'm 34 years old, this U.S. country, it's nothing but a strip club.
Okay, sure.
Sure, I mean, it's nothing but hustle.
Uh-huh.
So that's what they're doing out there. They're just hustling. They really don't care.
You think it's the healthcare companies, the politicians, they're all sort of, it's about profit.
Yes.
Universal health care should be, something we all should strive.
Mind you, that's all politicians, though. Don't think that's just in the United States, bro. All politicians are corrupt.
For.
I'd like to see some healthcare changes. We need
Red,
massive
blue,
overhaul.
doesn't matter.
It's
I'm
not
telling
just
you.
about universal or anything else. It's insanely expensive regardless. Start there.
Do you think that there's much political will in this city for that to happen? Do you think broadly people want that to be the case?
In the city, yes.
Okay.
In the urban areas, yes. Suburban areas, they're typically more conservative and they're not really sure exactly what all that entails, and so they're not going to do it.
My understanding is that people are generally sort of opposed to taxation here.
Yeah, but it's more, you start screaming about socialism more than anything. So that's really what they're going to do.
Rather than perhaps engaging with it as an idea.
Exactly, rather than actually thinking about it logically.
We can afford it as a
Dang, shots. Yeah.
country to take care of each other. And these nickel and dimings of these procedures that are costing thousands and thousands of dollars just aren't that expensive everywhere else in the world.
I feel like that's both sides, though, in terms of the thinking about it. Because we have a huge money problem in the United States. Like, he's like, oh, look at all the buildings. That's one city, okay? All of America is not like that. Like, I'm not saying we're not a nice country, because we are. We're, like, one of the top. But I'm just saying, it goes to both sides. Like, the people who just say socialism, oh, that's socialism, that's bad, don't even think about it. And then on the other side, people who say, oh, we need free healthcare. What are we doing? We need to do it. But you're saying that, but you're not actively giving, like, there's no thinking there. Like, okay, we want free healthcare. How do we do it? How do we pay for it? They're like, oh, I don't know. Just vote for people who do that. It's like, it's not that simple, okay? If it was that simple, we would have already had it. And y'all can elect Democrats, but they still don't want free healthcare. You know that, right? Biden was arguing with Bernie about not having free healthcare. Like, people think they're bringing about change by saying that, but in reality, if you're not proposing like a feasible resolution, you're just as bad as the people who are screaming, socialism, get that out of here, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just hypocrisy on both sides, honestly. But I agree, we really should have free healthcare out here.
We nickel and dime each other here, and people don't realize what universal health.
And I just said what I'm going against. But I have no idea how to bring about it, and I don't know. I haven't looked into the situation, so I can't speak on it. Unlike other people who would just argue, oh, you're wrong, we need free healthcare, you're wrong. But how? How do we get free healthcare?
I mean, yeah, you'll pay a little bit more in taxes, but you're saving thousands at the doctors. And people really need to be educated on that, and they just don't want to be.
I mean, definitely a lack of diversity of thought in the interviews. They all basically said the same thing, which is true. I mean, a lot of the stuff they're saying is true. It's ridiculous. But like I said, guys, I need to look more into the situation, but I don't think it's that simple. Let's open this blind. Whew. See the light, man. I'm burning. Vampire in here. But yeah, that was Americans guessing the cost of British healthcare, although there really wasn't any Americans guessing the cost of British healthcare. It was more so just a Brit interviewing Americans and reacting to them. So, well, actually, there was a little bit. Yeah, it was. Okay, anyways. Yeah, we need free healthcare in America. Like, a lot of people in the United Kingdom look at America and they're like, what is going on? Why? Like, is it a kindness issue? Are people in America not as kind as people in the United Kingdom? Because that's what people are saying. They're not willing to help out. Is that what the problem is? Because I don't know. And where does that come from? History? I don't know. You know what I mean? There's just so many unanswered questions about this whole situation. And it's like, do you guys really think it's going to change? Like, do you really think America is going to have free healthcare? Because I really do feel for people who are uninsured. Because, you know, insurance is expensive. Not everyone can afford it. And a lot of people think that, like, oh, I shouldn't be paying for these people with my money because, you know, there's a big, like, individualist mentality in America that a lot of people harbor. Like, they feel as if, you know, everyone should be responsible for themselves, work hard, succeed, blah, blah, blah. And they don't think it's like a herd mentality where everyone should be helping each other out. Which, I mean, it is what it is. A lot of people are just raised that way, but I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's tough, but that is all I gotta say, guys. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe for more reactions, comment down below some more things you would like me to react to. I'm sticking on like British reactions this week, and I'm gonna rotate my interest into something else. I don't know, maybe another country or area. I know I was about to call United Kingdom a country. I know it's not. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.